Sulsul everyone, this is Sarah Flores again with another house tour video. If you don't know me yet, I'm a part-time real estate agent, a part-time SimTuber, and a full-time mom. And today, my little brother Joe is getting married. So here I am stepping away a little bit from the crowd, and I want to record an intro for my video. So I did take a tour of this whole venue and before the wedding, and right now I'm just doing the intro in front of this beautiful curtain with fairy lights here so that I have a nice, background. And so yeah, our Joe is getting married. It's very weird because Joe is like only 21 years old and Clara is also 21 years old, and everything was so sudden, and there were some circumstances. That's why we had to take this decision very, very fast. So yeah, Joe is getting married with Clara, and Clara is Miss Donna's daughter. I'm sure I mentioned her before. But yeah, enough of the talking. Let's start the tour, and I hope you enjoy the tour. So here we are right at the front door of the wedding venue, and I just wanted to show you these beautiful roses in the front here and the bushes here. And here we are at the front door, and then as soon as we open the door here, we have the reception area. So this is where the guests would come and tell their names, and they would be registered, and then these double doors here leads onto the kitchen area. And yeah, that's where the caterer will come and warm their food and all. And this is the background for the reception area, and I love that curtain with the fairy lights on. There are a couple of merits of this venue in here, and then beautiful decoration, very simple yet very beautiful. So we had very, very little time to prepare Joe's wedding because of the circumstances. So yeah, we had to come up with something very, very fast. So here there is a hallway that leads onto many spaces that I will show you later. Here are the guests and their seats, and I wanted to take a closer look at that curtain. It's so pretty, so beautiful, very precious. So that's hallway again, but we will enter the venue from this area. So the stair leads onto the second level. It has 2 stories, and over here we have the guest table, so the guests would just come here and sign and say very nice messages. There are beautiful decorations and messages in here. Live long, live long, live long, life long, love long. And there is a nice camera here, very antique looking, but it works. And the cameraman would take pictures of the guests that would come and enter their names in here and sign here. And here is where the wedding will be officiated. And isn't this gorgeous? You guys, this is very pretty. I would say they did a really, really great job in decorating this place very fast for us. It was a short notice. We got a notice from Miss Donna that she has not enough days anymore, and she wanted her daughter Clara to be happy. And Joe just right there, Joe asked Clara if she wanted to marry her, and she said yes right away. So we had to prepare everything very fast. So here is the cake, the wedding cake. Very simple, as we are only family and very close friends in here. And so yeah, and this is where the wedding will be officiated. I love the curtains, I love the flowers, and I love the lights in here. They're so pretty, very rustic. I just love the decoration. I cannot imagine how much flowers they needed to do all this decoration, but it's worth it, and it smells so good in here. It smells really, really good. The barrel touches and all. I wish I had some of these decorations in my wedding. My wedding was rustic too, and if you haven't watched that, make sure you do. So yeah, so that was the officiating hall. This is where the guests would sit. We just came from that archway there, as you can see here, and the bride would walk on this runway here, and now there are curtains everywhere, and the guest chairs are all nicely placed already. Okay, so we'll go onto this side here, and I'll walk toward there. So here is the hallway we saw before, and this is the banquet hall. And after the wedding, this is where we're gonna have the feast. And you will see the hall is very small. As I said, we will be only families and very, very close friends. There are not many people on Miss Donna's side because she doesn't have anyone really. They're pretty alone. We were always their family, you know, so yeah. So look at all these goodies, this dessert. Oh my goodness. I had to lose a little weight to enter into this dress, but I think my belly is gonna show after the wedding because I'm gonna have all these goodies after, you know, guys. So yeah, and I just like how simple yet very pretty all the decorations are. Very rustic, very nice, very pretty. I like the wallpapers, and the background is very pretty. I love it. So this is where the bride and the groom will sit, and the bridesmaid and the groom's maid, I guess, will sit, and the bridesmaid was me because Clara doesn't have any siblings. So yeah, I'm just showing you, you know, the tables and all the decorations in here. It's very nice, and the appetizers are already here. You know, people were already starting to come when I was taking this video here. So yeah, the appetizers were already there, and then the caterers would come later on when everybody would be seated, and they will serve the food after. And of course, the food was provided by l'Estomac d'Or, the great restaurant that we have in Simtown here, a very famous one. And yeah, so when we follow the hallway here, all the way to the back here, we have a restroom. And this is just one restroom. Most of the other restrooms are all on the second floor. And yeah, there's just a sink, and very nice, very neat looking, small but very nice. And yeah, so we're going to follow the hallway again. We've seen the officiating hall, the banquet hall, and now we're going all the way back to the front now. So here we are back in the front of the venue, in the reception area, and I am going to show you the kitchen area in here. And here it is. It's pretty small, but everything is in here. Everything the caterers would need to warm their food, make the decorations and all. There's a fridge, microwave, stove, you know, everything they need. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. Very simple, very functional, I would say. And this is where they would warm their food, and then they would serve the guests as well. And this hallway would be the service hallway. This is where they would keep the food on these tables, you know. And oh my goodness, there are lots of goodies in here already. And here is the drink area, if that's your choice, you know. So yeah, back onto the hallway and onto the kitchen area. And now we're going to head onto the second level. So while we head over there, I will continue my story. So yeah, so Miss Donna is suffering with cancer, and she is at her 4th stage. and she absolutely wanted to see her only daughter happy because she doesn't have anyone else. So yeah, as I said, Joe got very, very sensitive, and he proposed to Clara, and Clara said yes, and we arranged the wedding very quick so that Miss Donna can see her daughter being happy. So here we are at the second floor on the landing area, and this is where everyone took pictures, and this is the great hall, and this hall is supposed to be multi-purpose. Sometimes there are two wedding families in here, but this time we rented the whole venue for ourselves. And there is some sitting areas here. You could take pictures on to this side or that side, that background if you wanted to. And we just came from that archway there, and we have the dance floor here. And yeah, we danced up here after. And then there is a screen there that we kept because we wanted to show the guests the pictures of Clara and Joe when they were smaller. So basically, Clara and Joe were neighbors before. We were neighbors with Miss Donna back then. We grew up mostly together, and yeah. And Joe thought that she would be, he knows her enough already, so she would be a good wife, the good spouse. So here's the DJ's booth, and then over here we have all the restrooms, very neat looking, double sink and toilet. There are 3 restrooms up here, which is very, very handy to have, This one is a bit bigger, and yeah, very nice. So yeah, that's the overview of the Grand Hall. They call it the Grand Hall here. And if you're tired of dancing, you could sit on the sofas and take some rest, or go downstairs and grab some snack and come back up, whatever you want. And then we have another hallway here. If we go that way is the landing area again, and if we go this way from the hall, there is another room, which is the bridal room. So this is where the bride can come early and get ready, or wait until she is called downstairs, with the bridesmaids. So the bride is not here yet. I came very early because I knew I wanted to record the venue for all the viewers, So I like these sofas, very pretty. I just love the decorations they managed to do in this venue. It's very pretty, very elegant looking. And so yeah, that concludes the tour of this beautiful rustic wedding venue. And yeah, and I will post a plan of this venue at the end of the video if you wanted to take a look at that. And yeah, and now I'm just gonna throw some pictures and videos of how the wedding went. I will see you soon with another video soon. Dag dag!